Okay, what am I looking at here? Is this just a soldering iron getting hot? Why is this? What does this have to do with anything? Who did this? Who thought this was good content? Nice. Okay, guys, do you guys remember these? These are cool glazes, a lot of cool different effects you could do with them, and then Games Workshop just discontinued them with nothing to replace them. Or did they? Now, I've put these in dropper bottles, but this is the Citadel Air Clear line, and these are really great paints, even if you don't want to put them through an airbrush. So what's the whole thing about the soldering iron? Well, soldering irons have a steel lining on the outside of them typically, and that will change color as it goes through heat, giving you that cool heat blue or heat yellow, different colors depending on different temperatures. So this is a great reference point when we're painting meltas, flamers, or any other cool thing in 40K that you might want to have this cool heat effect on. Now, for 40K, you want to have it much more like fantasy-wise and much brighter colors. Who knows what kind of metal they're actually made of in the 40K world, but this is a good point of reference to figure out what it looks like. Okay, I know not everyone owns an airbrush, and I'm going to show you how you can do this with just a regular brush. It's great effects. These paints are really cool. Now, this is just a normal melt-a-gun that I've painted silver, and I've given it a wash already. I'm just going to come in from the bottom and paint the yellow to give that nice heat effect. Now I want to go slow, multiple coats, let it kind of dry in between. It doesn't have to be fully dry, but just kind of make sure you're not pushing it around when you're putting on a second coat here. As I get through, I'm going to actually go a little bit over, so when I come back with the red, I can overlap to get that kind of orange transition between the yellow and the red. And of course, we're going to push into where we want the blue to start, so we can also get that purple transition between the red and the blue. Red's a bit of a stronger color, so you have to be a little bit more careful when you're painting the red because it will definitely stain the metal more. And the blue is even stronger than that. So with the blue, typically I'll put a little bit of water in there and do thin coats because this stuff is pretty strong. Here I'm actually mixing a little red into it to kind of bring out the purple transition even more. Not something you have to do, you can just paint over the red to get the purple, but with this transition specifically, when I'm hand brushing it, it's a little bit harder to get because the blue is so strong it'll overpower the red. Now this is looking pretty good and you could totally stop there, but I normally take this one step further and do a little bit of a dry brush of a black at the tip to kind of have that sooted black tip look to this. And this looks really good. Some people might even like this more because of the color separation. Now the airbrush is going to be a little bit more blendy, so I'm going to start with the yellow and I'm going to go even a little further up with the yellow because I can make it lighter. I'm doing a lot of super light coats. This is like 90% air to like 10% paint here, and I'm just going to do 3 or 4 coats of this yellow down at the bottom third. Then I'm going to come in with the red, and the red seems even stronger coming out of the airbrush, so that takes almost no time. And then I'm going to come in and just dust the tips with the blue, and this gives such a cool look with that transition coming through. And then again, I'm just coming back with the airbrush and I'm just going to dust the tip with black. That'll give that nice sooted look, and that's what it looks like when it's done. So what do you use this on? Obviously you can do meltas or plasma or even a neutron laser. I really like to do jet engines with this kind of thing. Or you can do the tips of the barrels of like a Gatling cannon or flamer, melta, plasma. This one kind of has them all. So here's kind of a side-by-side comparison. The top one here is the paintbrush and the bottom is the airbrush. And now you know about Games Workshop's secret paint line. That was a nice quick tutorial for you guys, so like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.